This is the plaintiff, Darren McPartland. He says he was hired to clean up the defendant's very overgrown, neglected yard and was paid half up front. Now can't get her to pay the balance. The crazy woman now claims he did no work to her yard, pretends she doesn't even know him, and he doesn't know what kind of game she's trying to play. But he's not going to just drop it because she still owes him $600, the amount he's suing for. This is the defendant, Mona Ligar. She says the plaintiff did not complete the work he was hired for, yet wants her to pay him in full? That's not the way things work. And she isn't about to pay anyone anything for work they did not do. She is accused of cutting off a landscaper. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $400, the amount she had to pay someone else to complete the yard work.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff did work in the defendant's yard, cleaning it up, and didn't get paid. But the defendant says the work wasn't done. It's the case of yard barker.
Okay, Darren McPartland, you are suing Mona Ligar for $600 that you say is remaining on a $1,200 contract you had with her. According to you, he never finished it, and you want him to pay you $400 that you had to pay somebody else to finish it. Okay, tell me what's going on.
I had originally spoken to a neighbor across the street that asked for my help to get her to clean up her property. It was bringing down the property value of the neighborhood really bad.
How could you, was she going to pay for it?
No, she just asked me to approach her and see if she would have us help in some way. I gave her a low figure to do everything.
Okay, do you have a contract?
Yes.
Okay, let me see the contract.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. $1,200 for cleaning property at, and then it has your address, trash outside at present? What does it say?
At present, what was there then?
Fix gutter, fallen in back, and fix fence, gate in back, cut trees. Growing in lawn?
Yeah, they were growing in the lawn.
Meaning what, weeds?
Well, these were actual trees.
Because trees are usually, I mean, that's where they belong. I don't get it.
This was so bad that
But what do you mean, trees that didn't belong there?
Yes, they were.
Because they were weeds that grew?
They were trees that grew into 1-inch, 2-inch trees on the lawn.
So
that's how long
cut
it's
trees, cut them or remove them?
Cut them.
And then they grow again?
I was cleaning up a property this time.
Cut trees growing in lawn and other remove. What's other?
The debris that was there, the rubbish.
Prune bushes, cut lawn, make property clean again, exclamation point. Landscape only, extra if other added, clean up or other. Only one gutter.
The picture, if I may.
Deposit $600. Okay. Can you show that to her? Did you sign that?
Yes, I did sign it.
Okay. So he says he did all of the work that's in there and that you won't pay him.
No. He left this at my door because everything is not true. I had somebody already to do the loan for me. I was going to have a cookout on July 4th. I was looking for somebody who can do it right away. When I see that, I call him.
You could do it right away, what? Not mow your lawn. It's $1,200. Obviously, your lawn, your property needed something special if it was going to cost $1,200.
Thank you, Your Honor. That
Thank
was
you.
For the, no, I called him for the loan only. I didn't even know.
Well, why would you agree to pay $1,200 to a guy to mow your lawn?
Because I have other work he offered to do for me. Not me asking.
Well, what's the $1,200 going to be for?
I have my garage. Those people who lived there before left a lot of trash inside the garage.
Okay, but that contract doesn't say anything about stuff in the garage.
That was not a contract.
Is that your signature?
Yes, I know. The reason why I give it for the deposit. And he didn't even sign it. I said, no, you're not.
So he wrote things in there afterwards, you're saying?
No, the thing is, he said, I see this thing. I asked him to see what he can do for me. He told me I can do
Okay,
everything.
I want you to listen to what I'm saying.
Yes.
I need to figure out what the agreement was between the two of you in order to pay $1,200. He's going to do, just a second.
Yes.
He's going to do X amount of work, and you're going to pay him $1,200 is the agreement. The question here is, what is X?
Okay.
According to him, it's what's written on that piece of paper that has your signature. Look at the paper before you argue with me, and look at it and tell me, what does that paper say anything about taking stuff out of your garage?
This is not I agree upon. He knows that. We didn't agree.
Is that your signature
Yes,
on
I
it?
signed because the $600 I gave him, it was for the grass only.
$1,200 to mow your lawn?
No, not for the $1,200. He came for the grass.
Okay.
I want the grass
What did you
be
expect
done.
him to do for $1,200?
No.
What did you expect him to do for $1,200?
To empty the garage for me.
A
I
garage.
showed it to him.
A landscaping guy was going to empty the garage for you.
This is what he...
Okay, show me proof that he was... Watch this. Were you supposed to empty out the garage?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so show me proof that he's supposed to empty out the garage. That's all I'm saying, is you have to prove what you're saying, because what you signed doesn't say that he's supposed to empty out the garage.
Okay.
So show me proof that he's supposed to empty out the garage.
Okay. Let's say he didn't do it. He took my money, the 29. He did not do the grass for me. He took the money in return 2 weeks later. He never called me to say, ma'am, I'm sick, something happened. I said, I need the loan, number one, to be done before July 4th. Can you do it?
Okay, so she didn't put in the contract anything about cleaning the garage. Does she have to pay the guy?
Yes,
Because?
it was not in the contract.
Well, but she's saying, look, I want you to clean up my place, and the garage is part of it, even though I didn't mention it. Does she have any case? Say no.
No.
Okay, tell me why. Say because it's not in the contract.
It wasn't in the contract.
Really good. I like your points. Going inside the courtroom.
So I have a question. Does anybody have a picture of how the house looked on the 4th of July?
Okay, he had those pictures.
He has pictures of how it looked
Yes.
on the 4th of July?
Yes, that's what he said. I'm going to see to his, and I got mine.
Okay, can I see yours?
Yes.
These are numbered.
How do I know they were taken on the 4th of July? And why would you take pictures on the 4th of July?
I took pictures when I started work.
Before starting the work?
Before,
Did you take pictures after?
during.
Do you maintain that you had everything done before the 4th of July?
No, that was never a mention.
Okay, so you say she's just making that part up
Yes.
now in order to not pay you.
Only thing she described or ever
Is it in
was.
the may I have that contract back? Is it in the contract that the work is to be completed by a
Not at
certain
all,
date?
ma'am.
Wow. This is overgrown. When was the last time you had your lawn mowed or the bushes cut or anything like that?
No, because I was afraid that the people who live there didn't do it. And I told
Were you
him
brand new to the place?
Oh, no. I'm talking about the people. I live in Florida.
Okay.
And I rented to certain people.
Okay.
They didn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you live in that house now or you don't?
I return, I kick them out. I return my home. Yes.
Okay. How long had you been living in it when you met him?
One day, I came on Saturday, and I met him. He left that
What a
flyer,
mess.
and I called him
But-
right away.
Right. How does the city not, look at the gutters falling down. How does the city not fine you?
But it was the winter. The winter was bad.
Well, it's not winter now. There's a guy without a shirt mowing the lawn.
No, when I came in June.
All right, what's this a picture of?
That's the trash that was removed from her property.
Whose truck is this?
Mine.
Who's taking all these pictures?
Me.
Why? Because
Because
this isn't your first rodeo.
that's correct, ma'am.
Thank you.
This on your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why you're thanking me. That's
No, it doesn't matter.
So according to you, you had to pay somebody else $400 to finish the job he wouldn't
Yes.
do. And when you say that, you're not referring to the lawn or the outside of your house. You're referring to work you say was part of his deal, which is to move things that are inside of a garage.
Yes.
You paid somebody $400 to move the stuff inside of the
Yes.
garage. All right. Can I see proof of that, by the way?
No, I don't. Oh, the thing is, I don't have the the $400 I countersued him. Is that much the person asked to do the job for me. I
do
didn't
what?
pay him the whole thing
To
at
do
once.
what?
To clean up the garage. He knows about it. He told me he was going to do it.
Okay, did you ever tell you were going to clean out the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
Not with the original job.
Okay, were you going to clean out the garage?
That's, as you notice in the contract, I said
That
any
was not
additional.
Stop.
I
Go
said
ahead.
any additional work will be more after.
Did you write that in afterwards?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. But I mean, that would be the case anyway, that any additional work that isn't contemplated in the contract, you would be entitled to be paid for. Did you ever quote her a price for doing
No.
the garage? So you just discussed, yeah, I'll do the garage.
She walked me through the garage, and it was like from floor to ceiling. And I went, well, this is too much. Let me just deal with the outside. And later on, if you want me to help you with this, we'll do something with
All
it.
right, and then when you called her to get paid, she wouldn't pay you because you hadn't done the garage.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me, where's that
never
contract?
mentioned the
All right.
garage, man.
Unless you're able to show me proof that he was supposed to clean out a garage, that is not written anywhere in this contract. So that would mean that his failure to do the garage is not going to count as a breach on his part that would entitle you to be able to keep half of his payment in your pocket, okay? And unless you're able to show me proof that he's supposed to clean out the garage, you would also not be able to, after not having paid him 50%, also get him to pay you $400 for cleaning out the garage. So, if you have no proof that cleaning out the garage was part of the contract you signed, then that's it. Pay the man. $600 verdict for the plaintiff on your counterclaim against him, $0. And
Thank
by
you,
the
Your
way,
Honor.
this is exactly how it's done. This is what I have been saying for the last 17 years that I have been presiding over the People's Court. You grab the nearest piece of paper and the nearest crayon, which is essentially what you did because you don't have pre-printed receipts. So you took a piece of paper and you wrote on it and the both of you signed it. And then I'm always saying that these cell phones are not just for nasty pictures. They're also to make sure that you take a picture of your job before it's done and your job after it's done. And finally, I have someone who was paying attention to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, folks.
Thank you so much.
And with that, the defendant comes out here on the losing end of this case. Here, step next to me here and tell me what's your reaction to this verdict. You see why you lost.
He took me by surprise. He's a liar, a compulsive liar. He asked police because the judge didn't hear the whole thing. But it's only $600.
Yeah. Why didn't
Yes,
you write it down in a contract, the garage part?
The problem is when he came, he was in a hurry. There was no time, the way he did it. I'm going to fix everything for you.
And you say, okay, let's write it down. You say, let's write it down.
I'm
1, 2, yeah.
Yes, I'm
So you
wrong.
learned a lesson there.
Yes, I learned my lesson because I should not trust him. I should not trust him because when he came, he come in a false pretense. And I have all my things. He didn't do any of the things he said he did.
Okay, all right.
He didn't do it. So it's no problem.
All right.
So it's only money. So somebody else,
Okay.
will take care of him. It's no problem.
All right, so step on in here, and you too. Do you have everything written out before you go to work?
Pretty much. Everything was described totally with this woman. What she's describing is she didn't mention it at all in the initial.
You say you take pictures before you start work, during your work,
Yes.
after the work. Why do you do that?
To protect both parties. I have everything documented, and I did everything how it's supposed to.
That's a good policy.
Yeah.
Harvey?
Okay, now, Kurt, so this is a really, really important thing to remember because everybody hires somebody to do something at some point. Always write down the scope of the job. You don't think about this when you make the deal. Write down the scope of the job, what is supposed to be done, realizing what isn't.